Okay, we're here. We're here. We're here. We are here. All right. So I am gonna do a 1 hour Reddit challenge. All right. Is my microphone's working? Okay. So wow, my phone is just blowing up right now. Oh, because I just went live. I thought that this control panel would show me my chat. Maybe it will. So to do this, I'm going to use a couple tools that I've made, plus I'm going to use WriterDuet to write the script. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go into Try-Catch Films to get myself an idea. Try to chase a cheesy horror or thriller. No, thank you. Regenerate. Black and white. Oh, let's get something that I'm interested in writing. A black and white alien encounter starring a shrewd elderly person who's obsessed with 90s pop culture. The catch is your main character must have a catchphrase. Your film must include a retro video game system. Okay. All right, we can do that. So, let's read what this really bad script is that it generated. Rural farmhouse night. The camera pans over a dark, desolate rural landscape. The only source of light is a small farmhouse where we see a shrewd, elderly person. What a great name for a character. 70s, sharp eyes, dressed in vintage 90s pop culture attire? What does that even mean? GPT, again, not... Anyway, sitting on the porch, staring up at the stars, elder person squinting. Well, isn't this your trip down memory lane? Suddenly a bright light streaks. I like the use of suddenly. That's how you know it's a real script. Streaks across the sky, landing in a field nearby. The elderly person's eyes widen in amazement. Looks like I'm about to have some company. The elder person calmly gets up from the porch and walks toward the source of the light. As they approach, small alien emerges from the spacecraft, looking curious but cautious. Alien in strange language. Greetings, Earthling. Though that's clearly English. Elderly person smiling. Well, ain't you a sight for sore eyes? What brings you to this neck of the woods? The alien gestures toward the retro video game system that it brought along with it. Alien in broken English. We come in peace. We wish to learn about your culture. Play? The elderly person chuckles and nods, sitting down on the ground next to the alien. They start playing the video game together, laughing and bonding over their shared love of 90s pop culture references. Elderly person excited. I haven't played this game in years. It's like riding a bike. As they play, the elderly person's catchphrase, back in my day, is heard multiple times, showcasing their wisdom and humor. Suddenly, a group of government agents arrive, guns drawn. The elderly person stands up, facing them with a defiant look. Elderly person steely. Back in my day, there it is, he said the thing! Back in my day, we welcomed strangers with open arms. Maybe it's time you remembered that. The government agents lower their weapons, realizing peaceful nature of the encounter. The elderly person turns back to the alien, smiling warmly. Elderly person to alien, looks like our game is over for now, friend. But maybe we can have a rematch someday. Until then, keep on exploring the cosmos. The alien nods, a grateful expression on his face. Before boarding the spacecraft and flying off into the night sky, fade out, the end. Wow. Just wow. Well, is there anything in that we could use? This is black and white alien encounter about a shrewd elderly person who's obsessed with 90s pop culture. I like that this is a retro video gaming system. It's like a NES controller embedded into like a speaker. There's no screen on this. All right, this is what we'll make. Alien encounter structure. Okay. All right. Okay, we can do this. Must have a catchphrase. It must include a retro video game system. All right, so we've got kind of all of our bits here, and I'm just going to copy this because sometimes I refresh the page by mistake. Wow, okay. The catch is... Okay. So we'll just paste that there. Now let's go to Story Clock Me, where I can create a sort of an outline for what this is going to be. We'll pull up story structure to start. This is like a 3-act structure, which we don't really need to follow, but it's good to like remember what plot points we should try to include. And we'll say, let's not worry about the time on it right now. Let's see. So let's go back to our shrewd elderly person. So we need to like establish the shrewd elderly person and their obsession with 90s pop culture, right? That's going to be like our kind of normal world up to this point, right? So like our opening image here should really be something along the lines of, you know, what is our shrewd person doing? What our shrewd elderly person? So they may be working at a, I don't know, place that can, where would they be, like a eBay kind of store, like some sort of like nostalgic, because it's not technology, right? Just 90s pop culture. So like work at some sort of like, I don't know, what are those stores that have like just retro memorabilia in them? But like, let's say, what was our character's name? Let's go with, I mean, I know that this was a picture of a guy. Well, let's make our main character a woman, Nancy. We'll just go with Nancy for now. At work, wherever her work is, retro memorabilia. I don't know how to spell that. Look at that. Thank you, Google. And I forgot the R. Retro memorabilia store, right? And then, so like normalcy, like the normal world for this person is, I mean, I really feel like this whole thing should probably take place in that memorabilia store because it's a short, just like dealing with customers, friendly with staff, and then the catchphrase should be like, not back in my day. Ain't that a hoot? Right. And the normalcy disrupted is going to be the alien encounter, right? An alien encounter. So like maybe just a strange person enters. Causes confusion, right? And then it's like, oh no, this is actually an alien. And then, what's this one? Rational approach and failure. What would the rational approach? Well, so like, oh, this actually, okay. So we'll figure out what that bit is in a minute, but at this point, it's how can I help you? So we'll say like, yeah, aliens have a problem. Nancy doesn't believe it. Right? Then finally, she settles in. How can I help you? And then we come into Act 2. Let's make this HD so that I can see everything, right? So now we're in this. She's on board, right? How can I help you? This is where she gets on board. So now she's moving through, but this still has to take place in the store, right? I don't want her to leave the store, so like it does. Now it's a new problem to solve. How do we kind of move through this while staying in the store? Is there something in the store that they need, maybe? Let's just move through the B story bit of it. Let me unflag these, and I'll just put red check marks on everything that I need to come back to. These are normally used for helping like connect related parts of the story, and then you can see like what kind of needs to happen. So B story begins, I feel like, is this is an elderly person. Maybe they have a grandchild who enters the store too, and they kind of get sucked into this. So child, or it could be somebody else. It could be just a friend. It could be anybody. Gets wrapped up in encounter, right? And that's going to be like that's kind of our B story there. So what do? They have to build something, maybe. What would they have to build? What would they? Well, like, what is? I guess what's the problem? Aliens have a problem. Let's define what the problem is. Aliens have a problem with what? Like something, all this old with their navigation system? Like, is like all this old memorabilia messing up their navigation through our solar system? Would that make sense? No. Oof. Well, let's just keep. I can't. We have to define what their problem is. Aliens have a problem. So what else is? Let's go back here for a second. So they have a catchphrase. Must include a retro video game system. So the video game system is. We have to introduce that at some point. So that's gonna be that probably be part of the solution. Is like a Sega Genesis. Is the issue, right? This is such a stupid idea. What if? So let's just say for like say a Sega Genesis is the 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 solution to this, right? Sega Genesis needs to be modified, maybe. But we don't have the parts. And this would be like a trying and failure montage. And now they've got this. What is their problem? Like, what? Aliens have a problem with their navigation system. We're gonna go with that. So now the new world is like, okay, aliens exist. We're working together now. Okay. Oh, I didn't save the montage. So this is like the try and failure montage. And then now they have a working modified Sega Genesis that can fly a spaceship. But now this is where we bring in the enemy, right? Bad alien enters and steals Genesis. Really? Sword? Maybe government. Government enters and steals, and then we've got, maybe they don't steal the Genesis, and stalls progress, investigates. So we have grandchild distracts agents while Nancy slips out back. That's where the alien's hiding. To alien. And now here, agents figure out what's up. Battle ensues. Sega Genesis is taken. Alien is taken too. And then like Nancy and grandchild fight to get them back. And I don't know how, because they're still in the store. Like, we can't leave the store. Taken to... So, like, they haven't left the store, but, like, they're in custody. In custody. In the store. Okay. Nancy and grandchild fight to get them back. And now it's... aliens are on our side now. Government agents are bad. So maybe we should set that up like that. Remember, really, a store, daily customers, ain't that a hoot? Really likes code enforcers, right? So like Nancy's on the side of the bureaucracy, and then that can like flip around toward the end maybe. What's some sort of like retro jarts? Yes. Grandchild distracts agents by throwing jarts. Alien escapes and grabs Genesis. Shadow's final push. Now there has to be some sort of final so this is gonna we'll say second battle ensues. And now we're agents lose. And somehow that just has to be fine, right? There's not going to be any follow-up on this. Aliens fly away, right? So now the agents think like, they got away, whatever. And now we're just sort of like in this world where aliens exist but they've left. So Nancy is sad to lose, let's lose alien friend. Life goes on. And then final image is alien comes back into store months later. The end. All right. So there's our rough outline here. So we're just gonna have like a establishing shot of memorabilia store. Sorry, kind of our opening shot there. Okay. I mean, there's some pretty big gaps in this. Like this isn't how it has to be timed out. But now if we say we want this to be like what, 5-minute, we'll say 7-minute film, right? So we'll update that. Yes, I want to recalculate. But now if we include times, we can see like, all right, all of this kind of has to happen on page 1, and it kind of like breaks stuff down into, like, it paces things for us, right? So now I have this perfect screenplay, which we can rename to like Nancy's Alien by Nick Sally. And we've clocked it out. Good work, us. Now I need to write it, so I'm going to put this on another screen. Let me just make sure we hit everything. Black and white, that has nothing to do with the script. That's a director decision. Shrewd. Oh, this person just needs to be shrewd. Okay, so we haven't really included them having examples of shrewdness, but the 90s pop culture we got. We're gonna have to make sure we write in some shrewdness. They've got the catchphrase, and we use a retro video game system. So, we gotta go back, like, doesn't throw jarts. There's gotta be like a 90s owl toy. Oh, a Furby? Furby's definitely not an owl. Was there any kind of... Oh, this thing. Who remembers this? Tommy Answer Clock. Mattel Who Says? 1990s. Yes. That is what they'll say. Nancy will pick one of these up and like smack someone in the face with it and say, "Ain't that a hoot?" That'll be great. So somewhere here, this one jarts. Yeah, so by throwing jarts with a T, somewhere in here, hit with, what is this thing? The owl clock thing? The owl clock ain't that a hoot. Update. Alright, so I don't know if all these words will fit. Yeah, see, that's all blocked off now because this is garbage, because this is in beta, alpha even. This is barely working, but it does the trick. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put this on another screen so y'all won't be able to see it anymore. But I will save this. I'm gonna save this image. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in dark mode and put it on the background. I like that better. Yeah, unfortunately some of these words get cut off, but that's okay. Maybe we'll just get rid of this, the jarts part. Grandchild Strax, that, like, we'll just include that beat for here. It'll be a whole battle, right? We know that that's happening. All right, I'm gonna save this, and I'll why is it called download.png? I thought that it named it. Maybe it doesn't. And I'll put that up on my somewhere. I don't know. I'll save it. I'll share it. So I'm gonna put this on another screen now, so that I can reference it, but y'all can't anymore. And we're gonna write this script out. You know what would be great is if this could save the text file as an outline. There's a feature I need to add. Save the text file as an outline that you can paste in and then script through it. I'll add that feature. But for right now, we're just gonna write. I've got 40 more minutes. I mean, realistically, I started this a little bit early. So how long have I been streaming? For 27 minutes. So I've got like 33 more minutes. All right. This is the part that I am not good at. So I'll have like interior, 90s memorabilia store. We should probably give it a name. The store's not that busy. Well, it's going to be slightly busy. It's full of classic 90s objects and toys, charts, Nintendo's, that would be Nintendo ES? Is that how you pluralize Nintendo? It's fine. Etc. This is not a great script. Nancy is helping a customer find a gift for their dad. Look, the first draft doesn't have to be good, it just has to be written. So, but the thing is, like, Nancy's elderly. She's elderly, right? So she's what is considered, what is elderly? How old is elderly? How old is elderly? 65 years. 65 is considered elderly? Okay. So, I mean, Nancy's 65 and it's currently, 2024. right? So if she's in her 60s, 2020 she would have been in her 40s. I mean, it's 2000 she would have been in her 40s. It's like the 90s she would have been in her 30s. Okay, I guess that's right. So she'd be like my-ish age, a little younger in the 90s. So definitely like, okay, so I could understand being obsessed with 90s pop culture. That like, you know, Genesis came out, that you're playing Super Nintendo, like all that stuff in the 90s. N64 probably. What year was, I'm distracting myself now. This is what I do. Super Nintendo, Super NES, right, was, came out in Japan, North America in 92. Okay, so it was 90s. Okay. I was born in 85, so I never know, like, the stuff that I had as a kid, did that actually come out when I was a kid, or was it just still around when I was a kid, you know? Like, we had an Atari, but that definitely superseded me, or preceded me, predated me. So Nancy, they are, Nancy is explaining how to hold an N64 controller because it is awkward. Customer. But where do I put my other hand? This is so awkward to hold. Then, like, I don't know. Something like, I don't want her to get like defensive, but like, none of that mattered. Let's just boot up GoldenEye and we'd have a hoot. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have the customer just buy it. Okay, I guess I'll get it. Talks about this thing all the time. I don't see the appeal. I love it. Man, I'm already. I've got it. Oh man. All of this is supposed to happen on page 1. If, in order for this to be a 7-minute film, the alien has to enter and explain their issue. But basically, the alien has to enter and identify themselves by the end of page 1. If we're doing 1 minute per page. Okay. So Nancy, this conversation is going to be over. Jerry can help you out. Nancy gestures to Jerry. Behind the cash register. We can't have too many people in this. So no, she's already at the register. I don't want to, because there can't be more people in the store unless Jerry's gonna like go on break for the whole helping. Nancy is not helping a customer, but checking out a customer, purchasing an N64 for their dad. Nancy's explaining how to hold the controller. All right, so like they're buying it at this point. Yeah, they're gonna buy it. So that way, that simplifies that. So just having this little banter about it, but they're gonna buy it anyway. All right. He'll love it. And then we're gonna get rid of this. He'll love it. Nancy puts the N64 in a bag. The customer taps to pay, make it easier, and walks out. So then we gotta have somebody from like Parks Department, or there has to be like a government official. It could just be a police officer. We could just be a police officer. Should come in, right? Because that is something that I had mentioned. Oh, I've got this up here. I'm gonna put this over here. Oh, that's right. I brought it over to complain about how I mean, it's not crucial that we set up a. I feel like Nancy needs to, for some reason, trust. Maybe not. Maybe that doesn't matter. We'll skip it. We're gonna skip over that bit, and we're gonna have the next customer. Nancy looks away at her phone for a moment, and here's the door's bell ring. Another alien has entered the store. Okay. But alien has to act weird. Almost like fish out of water weird, right? Like, not... They don't look like an alien, maybe. Not sponsored. So they're gonna, I don't know, wearing a trench coat and like the spy hat, whatever that is, right? Like spy hat. Yeah, is it just a fedora? Yeah. Fedora and sunglasses, dark sunglasses. They look like what am I? This was like Dick Tracy. Yeah, except dark, right? Like dark Dick Tracy with sunglasses. Like, as if they are cosplaying as Dick Tracy. And then what? Like, the alien picks up a Pez dispenser. Nancy notices alien. Obviously. Nancy continued. Welcome. No, how I can help. Alien picks up a Pez dispenser as if they know. Like, it needs to. They need to be like. Picks up objects and examines them, trying but failing to act natural. You know, like a human. From Earth. Alien picks up a Pez dispenser. I'm going with that. Nancy. Pez. What a hoot. That was my favorite candy. Is this from E.T.? Did E.T. try to eat a Pez dispenser? God, I haven't seen that movie in so long. Alien tries to eat the Pez dispenser. You don't eat that. Alien. Looks over at Nancy sharply. Gets her eyes. Well, aren't you a hoot? Gotta keep using the word hoot. Alright, we're running a little bit behind here. This is a terrible script. I get that, okay? I think it's better than this one, but not much. What am I at for time? Where's my, oh, here it is. Okay, I've got like 16 minutes. All right, we gotta move. We gotta get a move on. Aren't you a hoot? Alien. No, I am human. Because that's what a human would totally say. Of course. Okay, human. Is there something you're looking for? Alien. Frequency modulation. Like a radio? Radio. Oof. Oof. She just has to go with it. Sure. Follow me. Nancy walks out from behind the register and leads Alien to a shelf of old handheld radios and Iowa boom boxes. Remember Iowas? Anybody? Right? Iowa. Am I thinking about that right? Iowa boom box. I think everyone had one. Images. Yeah, this was the thing. This one. I had this. I had the heck out of this thing. I think everyone had one of these in the 90s. CD changer, detachable speakers. You were the shit if you had one of these. Alien, what is range? Like a microwave? Microwave modulation. What? This is taking too long. This is taking too long. Yeah, I understand that you're gonna use cookies, dagnabbit. I've got to move on. We've just got to like Alien looks over his shoulder to make sure no one else is watching. I'm not from Earth. This is the worst script ever. I need frequency modulation. And like, what is the EF frequency? Or EM chart. Right. Like, what's a ridiculous like radios out here? We need like a super high X-ray gamma. Gamma might be good. Gamma, is it just one M or two M's in gamma? Gamma, two M's. Gamma, band. Nancy, wow, you are a hoot. Like, what are they going to do? The alien basically has to prove it right now. I'm almost to the end of page 2, and I need to move faster. Grandchild needs to enter, and alien needs to prove that they're an alien. We got to get Grandchild in here soon, and Nancy has to be on board with this plan quickly. It doesn't have to be grandchild. We're just gonna go with grandchild. We're gonna say grandchild. The grandchild's gonna have a name. What can their name be? Harold. 9 enters the store. Alright, ding. Harold 9 enters the store. Harold. Why I spelled Harold so wrong? Nana, which is short for Nancy, and also grandparent. Harold, come here, love. Harold runs toward the radio aisle. And gives Nancy a big hug. To Alien. I like your coat. And hat. Alien. It is human. Nancy should be freaking out a little bit about this. Go wait at the register for me, Harold. Harold runs back to the register and starts playing with, I don't know, Jax. Is it Jax or is it Jax? 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 Toy? Yes, Jax. Okay. Boy. Suggestion, the stream. Oh man, Melkor was trying to talk to me. Hey, Melkor. Discord is still up. Maybe he'll get a notification of that. Alright, sorry Melkor. People popped in. Okay, alright, okay. Got distracted. How much time? Where am I? What's my stream time right now? Oh, here it is, 55:02. I got 5 minutes. There's no way I'm finishing the script in 5 minutes. Nancy Gone from hoot to cuckoo. Is it cuckoo? Cuckoo. He really just, Alien just needs to explain that they are alien, and they have to prove it. I need your help. I need frequency modulation. Alien opens their coat. To reveal that they are very much not human. I don't know. Director can do what they want with that. Ooh. Ooh. I have no idea how Nancy's just gonna, for some reason, react to this very just like matter-of-factly, I suppose. No, wait. Oh God, I forgot about the fact that she's shrewd. She hasn't been shrewd this whole time. She's been so nice. You know what? I'm ditching that requirement. I don't want Nancy to be shrewd. You're not the boss of me, Tri-Catch Films. Nancy's not shrewd. Nancy is a saint. Nancy is a saint. Don't you forget it. All chat, live chat. Okay. This is what I wanted. Studio view. Okay. You recommend that I stream at a bitrate of 2500 kbps, and I'm streaming at 6100. That is really high. I'm getting really distracted right now. I'm almost out of time. What is this? Oh, this is a studio. Okay. I've got a minute and a half. Alien, please help me. I am stuck. All right, so. She's just fine with it. Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. How do I... Like, somehow she has to be like, that's not going to help you. If you need to modulate frequencies, that won't help you. You need something with more power. Alright, well, this has been my hour. I got 9 seconds. I'm going to call that an hour. This has been fun. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm going to end the stream. Maybe I'll pick the script up later. Maybe I'll just start a new one. But I have the story clock, and I have the starts of a script, so thank you to everybody. That's you. You're everybody. Okay, bye.